Step number 5, set up the presentation, set up the offer. Ask, if I could, would you? Just start using that statement wherever you go. So whenever you're in a conversation, you have to remember, somebody's always buying. Write this down. Somebody's always selling. My children, Dad, let me ask you a question. Here we go. Dad, what are we doing tomorrow? Here we go. I want to go to Wendy's. Here we go. Before I step into that arena, let me ask you a question. If we go to Wendy's, would you have your room clean every day this week? If we go to Wendy's, would you have all of your homework done by 7:30 and in bed by 8? So, step number 5. This is a step I want you guys to go through this week. Write down those simple statements that you have. Use them a little bit in your statements till you get comfortable with it. It's an important question that you need to say every time you get to that point. If you don't, then you're going to realize that you might be wasting your time with somebody who doesn't want their problem solved. Do you want your problem solved? And do you want it solved today? You want a nursing gig? Do you want to get on there? Because you told me that scheduling and flexibility is important to you. Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important that is to you? Oh, scheduling? Yeah. I mean, really, tell me. Is that something big? Is pay big? Well, pay is important. Pay is always important. But flexibility, what does that mean? Well, I have a child. Okay, so what happened when you don't have flexibility? What's the negative aspect of it? Well, I miss games or I can't pick them up on time. How does that make you feel? So if I can get you a nursing gig where you don't have that, or we can work around that a little bit more flexible, is there anything holding us back from moving forward with this today? You told me that, right? How important that is to you on a scale of 10. Wow. So if I snapped my finger and that was done, what would change in your life? If I could, before I tell you what I have, I don't know if I could, but if I could solve your problem, is there anything holding us back from moving forward with this today? You could say it with sincerity, you could say it with emphasis, you could say it with whatever. It is a statement that's going to save you boatloads of time. If I could, would you? We used to do it when we had price differentials. Say the sale price, the price of the item was $1,500. The lowest I can go was $1,300. That's a spread. Some companies had spreads. There's a high price, there's a low price. So based on my commission, it's better to get the high price. But some people, some cultures, they love to negotiate, no matter if it's air or oxygen. They want to negotiate. I talked to a gentleman yesterday. He says, based on everything, I love the value. He's telling me, I love the value of what you provide. I love the company and what you do. My only thing is that the price, which I know is kind of worth it, I don't know, but I'm going to want to negotiate. He is telling me, no matter what happens, he wants to negotiate.
Yeah.
He wants to feel as though that he won.
Yeah.
So it's not about his need. It's not about the company. It's not about the price. He wants to feel as though that he's won. Some people just want, and write this down, some people just want to go to battle. You notice that? I see you laugh, right? Yeah. So no matter what the product is, a car, air conditioning, there's some people that love to negotiate. Certain percentage, I don't know, I think between 10 to maybe 30% max of people want to negotiate. They're used to negotiating. You've been in business for 23 years. There's nothing you should negotiate about, right? But when you're a young company, sometimes that helps to be more competitive pricing because somebody else has a bigger branding than you. To get into the market because you're offering the same thing is more beneficial if you're friendlier. It doesn't even take much. 5%, 1%. Something on the back end. These are small things that you could tell people to get them to move. That's what we talked about when we get down the line. What's going to get you to grease the wheel from the gatekeeper? How do you get them to move to get the person on? Is it a card? Sometimes it's sending some candy. Some of these things work because once you figure out their emotional trigger, you can actually embellish that. I also, with confidence, can add in the price. If I could provide that for you and get everything that you need for $1,500, is there anything wrong with us moving forward with this? Right? Can we move forward on this today? I can throw the price in there if I want. It depends on how confident I am. I can add whatever I want in there. But the main thing is, if I could, would you? And can we do this today? It's a big question. Why can't we do this now? Why can't we do this now? If I could, would you? Today. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that? About a 5. Okay, so it's not really that important. What would make it get to a 10? All I'm doing is asking you what do you need to do to move, instead of telling you what we do. Here, we do this, we do that. Everybody does that. What's the difference in it is I really am more empathetic towards what you want and what's the benefit for you, because you buy based on the benefit and also the results. So let's take a look at what it's going to look like in the end. Would that help you move? No. Well, how about your emotional trigger? Would that make you move? Maybe. On a scale of 1 to 10, 5. What is it going to make you to move? Well, it's not that big a deal for us. Okay, I don't have a deal. So why would I go through another 30 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, how long, of telling you what we have if you don't want it? Because if I do tell you that, I'm assuming that you want it. And then in the end, when I ask you, do you want it? And you say, no, my feelings are hurt, my confidence dropped, my sales, they suck. Because they don't want it, because you never asked, do they want it? You're selling a lot of people that just don't want to get the problem solved sometimes. And it's not your fault. But you take responsibility for it when you get off the phone. Like, what did I do wrong? Something like that. You're not asking enough questions to realize it wasn't your fault. So by asking the questions, you're not only saving time, you're validating your time. I'm not spending time with people that I shouldn't spend time with because I can't help them. This is Ben Brown. Click like, subscribe, and share these videos.